Okay, so thank you so much for joining me tonight. You guys, my name is Julianne Lagerstrom. I'm an independent consultant, executive national vice president with Arbonne, and I really appreciate you taking the time to join me online or on the phone to listen to this information. I know the person who invited you to be on, it means a lot to them, so we really appreciate it. And if you are anything like me, I didn't really know what I was going to when my friend asked me if she could share a business plan with me. But I will tell you this, I knew for sure that I was not interested whatsoever. And so if you're like, this is great, I'm just, going to be nice and I'm going to get on, but I'm not interested, I totally get it. That was me. And I'm so thankful that you guys are nice because you're on, if that's where you're at. But what happened for me is that I heard about this company, Arbonne. I'd barely heard of it before, and it started piquing my interest. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to share a little bit about my story, about Arbonne, the products that we provide, as well as the business side, like what it means to build a business. And this may not be a fit for you, and that is completely fine. But what I've become really passionate about is I want to make sure that people understand a little bit or have like a glimpse, right? Because at first blush, I never would have thought that I would be doing this ever in a million years. If you would have told me I was going to build this business even a few weeks before I started, I would have laughed hysterically. So I'm passionate about people knowing what it is, because it was once I connected the dots, I realized that this was what I was looking for. It just totally came in a different package than I ever would have imagined. And that may be you, it may not, but I know for certain we all know people who need something like this in their life for all sorts of reasons. So how I want to start off tonight is I want to let you know that, have you ever been in the right place at the right time? That feeling of like, you're caller number 10, or you're the 100th person in the store and you get the free gift, or you got the last seat on the airplane. And it was like, yes, because you were on standby. If you've ever been at the right place at the right time, it's really exciting and it's great. I want to let you know that you're right now at the right place at the right time when it comes to this business, this company, and this industry, because it really kind of doesn't get any better than this. So I'm going to try to contain myself. I get really excited because I see what's happening, and I've been with this company for a while. So just hold on to your hats because this is one of those moments. And I want you to also consider something, and reflect on your life a little bit. I want you to think about, where are you going? How are things going in your life? Are you on the path to what you want? Are you on the path to having your dream life? Are there things that you would change if you had a magic wand? And what would those things be? When Arbonne came into my life, I was telling the world that I was great, that I was happy, that I loved my job, and that everything was great. And the thing was, is that was somewhat true. I did really like my job. I did. I was in corporate America. I had one child at the time. Now I have 3. My husband has always been an entrepreneur, and he was building a new business. And I was the stability, having the corporate income and the company car, and I had a really great job. And I had talked us into a bigger house because, of course, you have one kid and you think you need more space. So I said, this is going to be great. And I love to work. I didn't know if I'd ever really want to stop working. And I thought, this is going to be good. So I locked myself in, and I was living day to day. And the thing is that as time went on, I couldn't even conceive of having something different, because I had said I would be fine and it would be great. And I looked at what I had and I was really grateful. So I felt like it wasn't okay for me to want more. And the problem was, I really wanted both worlds. When I graduated high school and college, My dream was to go have some awesome, amazing career where I was like making a difference and also making a great income and living an awesome life. And I also, for me, I wanted to be a mom, and I wanted to, be room mom and go on field trips and whatever. And if you're a man, just know this is not just for women, but I'm just telling you my story. So there's lots of men in Arbonne. But I really wanted both. And as I graduated, I realized, and I was in the working world, I started realizing that dream of like having both of those things seemed like a myth. Like it's not really possible, because how can you be in the corporate world and have it not own more of you? And, just didn't seem like that was going to work. So Arbonne came into my life through an acquaintance friend, and she wanted to go over the business plan with me. She said, Julianne, I think you'd be great at this. And I was like, oh, whatever, don't care. But I'll come and listen. And when she explained that it was with a company called Arbonne, I did almost fall out of my seat, because I knew it was Swiss formulated skincare. And I didn't know that they had nutrition products at the time. That was news to me. And I thought, wait a minute, this is a lady who I know, we're not super good friends, but she's crazy smart, was at the top of a company, but she is a double engineering degree, and she doesn't, she's not a girly girl, doesn't wear makeup, she's gorgeous, but just never, was not in sales, wouldn't work a room at a party. And I thought, holy cow, how are you going to do this? So she explained the business plan. It told me a few things that did pique my interest. And I did think, well, I'm turning 30. I should start washing my face. So even if you're somebody where you're like, I don't even wash my face, I get it. I didn't either. You should, by the way, just so you know, because you do get older and it's good for you to do that. But it's also great when you know the products that you're using are really crazy good. So long story short, I obviously decided to start my Arbonne business. It was like a year later, because I was a tough cookie and I had a lot of pride. And I thought, oh my gosh, only people who do network marketing companies, it's like cute stay-at-home moms make a little extra money, or it's like people who basically they can't be employed anywhere else and they have their own business. And I thought people who are smart and savvy, who have college degrees, who have all sorts of job options. For me, I didn't think that that was what you did, network marketing. What I will explain to you is, oh my gosh, did I have it wrong? And fast forward 11 years, because I started my business 11 years ago this month in April of 2005, this industry is literally a gem. It is the most amazing, incredible industry, but it also can be vastly misunderstood. And thus, I was one of those people. So, okay, I am going to share my screen, so I'm going to stay on point. So hold on just a sec. And I'm going to, just so you have something to look at other than my face. Okay, hold on, let me see. Is this right? Here we go. Okay. So Arbonne has been around for 36 years. We started in 1980. They did. I joined in 2005. But anywho, so they've been around for 36 years. And here's the crazy town. So Arbonne was just totally ahead of its time, because Arbonne has always been about pure, safe, beneficial products. But back in the 80s, 90s, and even in the early 2000s, people really didn't care. And I will tell you, when I was introduced to Arbonne back in 2004 initially, I didn't care either. I thought it was kind of nice that it was pure, safe, beneficial, that the ingredient policy was extremely strict, that they don't put a lot of junk in their products. But that wasn't the key selling factor for me. What sold me was the results. The results that I saw on my friend who had been using the products. I thought, holy cow, your skin does look awesome. And I did see a difference. So I started using them. And then people started commenting on my skin, because I started with the skincare and the baby line for my son who has eczema. So Arbonne was around and ready, with this kind of message before I think we were. And I will tell you, other parts of the world, they understand and they know this kind of stuff, but we're in the United States, we're a little slow coming into the playing field. And I would say in the last couple of years, it has now become something where people are absolutely understanding that you need to look at ingredients. It's important not only what you're putting in your mouth, but what you're putting on your body. It's a big deal. So our products are really coming into the center stage because people are looking for what we have to offer. And this is who Arbonne has always been. And I love it because we're the experts at it and we do it better than anybody else. There's all sorts of people that are trying to jump on board, and you're going to see all sorts of skincare companies and everything start touting different things, and that's fine and that's great. But I want you to know Arbonne was there first. We've been doing it for a long time and we know what we're doing. So we're experienced. We have a committed home office. We have state-of-the-art distribution and support centers. We've been around and there's a firm foundation. And I loved when I started my business 11 years ago, they were celebrating their 25th anniversary. And I thought, you know what? I'm so thankful that this company has been around because I remember hearing about different companies and like having some home parties and things that people talked about, but I'd hear about them for just a little bit of a time. And then it was like, what happened to that company? Does it still exist? Well, some of them don't. So I loved that Arbonne has been around and we have a really solid foundation. So, okay, I needed to understand what is network marketing? What is this business model? Because if it involved me bugging and harassing people, count me out. There is no amount of money, nothing could make me want to be the person that shows up at some social function and everybody's looking to talk to somebody else because, oh my gosh, the crazy Arbonne person is here, okay? I don't think anyone ever wants to be that person, right? And so I needed to understand what is the business model, how does this work, and how is it that I don't have to bug and harass? Because you really don't. And that's what I was impressed by with my friend Jody, who introduced me to Arbonne. She checked in with me, she followed up, she asked me to take a look, and I, did purchase products and I loved them, and she was good about following up. And she did check in and say, I really would love for you to think about doing this. And she knew why I would want to. She's like, I know you love your career, but you'd also love to have more time with your son. And she was right. It was like a dagger to my heart. But she was never pushy. She always said, if you don't ever want me to bring it up again, I won't. And I knew she would have abided by that. And I'm so thankful. I never told her, no, I'm never going to do this, because guess what? It was exactly what I was looking for. So network marketing is just a different way to distribute products. We think of everything with bricks and mortar, but now in the age of online and internet, like this is really coming to the forefront, network marketing, because it absolutely is right where society is. Okay. So traditional retail, you're used to going into a Macy's or even Target, CVS, or some dermatologist office to get your products, let's say, or nutrition products. And you have to think about, there's a manufacturer, there's a wholesaler, warehouser, sales force, people that move that product to the location where you purchase it. Okay, so let's think for a second. Every time you're purchasing something, whether you get it from Walgreens or you get it from Neiman Marcus, every person that's touched that product is getting a cut of the profit. Okay, so obviously what you're purchasing it for, there is built-in costs in there, right? There's also advertising and marketing costs. And I remember when I had this explained to me, I thought, oh my gosh, this is absolutely brilliant, because we know that companies spend millions of dollars on advertising, and they pay different stars to say that they're wearing something or drinking something or whatever, right? But I was in brand marketing before my job when I was introduced to Arbonne. And we knew that it's kind of like throwing something at the wall and hoping something sticks. Like, some things, some promotions, things that can drive sales, but guess what really drives sales? Guess what the number one thing is? It's word of mouth advertising. So the number one thing I have people say to me when I talk to them about Arbonne and thinking about maybe doing this from a business perspective is they're like, oh, Julianne, that's so great for you, but I just cannot sell. There is no way I can sell. And I'm like, oh my goodness, yes, you can. You do it every day. You just don't get paid for it. You refer people and recommend on a daily basis. And you don't get paid. You refer restaurants, doctors, lawn people, hairstylists, babysitters, attorneys, doctors, contractors. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, but you don't necessarily get a referral fee. And if you do, it stops at just that one person that you refer. It doesn't keep going. Whereas in network marketing, products go from Arbonne straight to the person who's buying it. And I get a thank you check from Arbonne as a consultant that says, Julianne, thank you so much for telling Jim about the protein shakes and Susan about the sun care line, because this is the advertising dollars that we would have spent. It gets filtered through the network of consultants. We live in the age, we absolutely operate off of networking. That's how we do everything. And with social media, it is the most powerful form of advertisement. And this industry absolutely capitalizes on it. And it's a win-win-win. And here's why. It's a win for companies like Arbonne because they don't have a ton of overhead and they don't pay advertising until after the product is sold, which is brilliant. It's a win for people who are consultants like myself, because if I love the product and I choose to share with people, I also can make some money off of things that I already know I like and use. And then it's a win for clients because they're getting an incredibly high quality product at a much decreased price because there aren't all of those overhead costs built into it. Arbonne, for our skincare, we are considered an ultra premium brand. The companies that we think that we compete with, most of them you can't even pronounce. And you may not even know who they are. And they're like $500 a jar for stuff. But that's not what we sell it for. We sell it for lower scale department store prices, which is crazy. So if you're anything like I am, I love really good things, but I also love when I can get them at a discount. And that's Arbonne. And it's like the easiest thing to talk about. So there are a few factors that I'm going to go over. Consumable products, demand for health and wellness, ability to leverage your time, and an internet-based business that's going global. So what Arbonne offers from a product perspective is amazing, pure, safe, beneficial products that people use. Pretty sure you wash your hair. Pretty sure you put lotion on every once in a while. You use sunscreen every once in a while, hopefully. You probably drink an energy drink here and there, or protein shakes, or, the list goes on and on. I don't have to convince you hey, you should wash your hair. Pretty much, I know you probably do, right? So, but my question for most people is, do you absolutely love what you're using and feel like you're getting phenomenal results? And do you feel you're getting a huge value for the dollars you're spending? Because the majority of people say no to that. They're like, I don't really know. It's just it's what so-and-so recommended, or it's what da-da-da-da. And I don't know. I felt like it was working for a while, but now it's not. I hear that a lot. One of the reasons why you feel things work for a while and then stop is because they're synthetically based. Most products that are sold in the United States, and I'm talking 97% of skincare products and personal care products sold in the United States, are synthetically based, and your body ends up tolerating it over time. Whereas Arbonne products, we're botanically based. Your skin cells, your body knows nature, and we don't build up a resistance to it over time. It keeps working, and the results are not only short-term, but long-term, and they just keep getting better. So I love sharing that about Arbonne. Our products are formulated without gluten. We don't have any petroleum products. We don't have animal products or byproducts. Formaldehyde. Trust me, there's formaldehyde in shampoo and all sorts of things out there. Chemical dyes, artificial sweeteners, colors, flavors. We are gluten-free, certified vegan, certified kosher. No artificial, well, I'd already said that. No artificial sweeteners, flavors, or colors. Basically, if it's a buzzword and you're worried about it, we don't have it. And the reason why is that we hold ourselves to a completely different standard. We hold ourselves beyond the European Union standards, which the European Union has banned over 1,200 ingredients in personal care products and nutrition products. And guess how many have been banned here in the United States? 11. 11. I mean, there's a huge discrepancy there. So knowing what goes in your products is huge, but also knowing like what it is not going in is also a big deal. So we use the highest quality ingredients from around the globe. We're pH correct, hypoallergenic. You can read the slide. Dermatologist tested, clinically proven. Clinically proven, that's a big deal to me. I'm a doctor's daughter and I was in pharmaceuticals. I like the data. I want to know what the data is, and I know you can misconstrue things or whatever, and I've always been unbelievably impressed with Arbonne and the standard they hold themselves to. We will not claim something that isn't true. So most people know us for the skincare, the RE9 Advanced, but people also are learning that we have an unbelievable nutrition program out there that has protein shakes and fiber, a digestive enzyme probiotic, prebiotic product. There's detox tea. And what people are going absolutely crazy about is our 30 Days to Healthy Living program, where we really help people totally detox, get their body back to baseline. People use it for all sorts of things, not only weight loss, but getting off of medications, figuring out what foods are bothering them. The stories that we have on this program are unbelievable. So if nutrition is something that piques your interest and you're not on these products yet, or you haven't tried the nutrition, you have got to look into that program. It's fantastic. But let's get into the second component of leveraging your time. And the second thing that I wanted to talk about is, what does it mean to build this business? Like, what does that mean? So it means that I have my own Arbonne franchise online. Okay. I have a virtual store. And when I talk to people and if they want to purchase products, I can set them up with an account it's attached to me, or they can go to my website that Arbonne provides for me as a consultant, and they can shop. And they can choose to shop at catalog prices, or even become what we call a preferred client and get a discount, which I think is really cool. But as I teach other people to also have their own franchise, I also earn money that way. So I earn money in my store, and I earn money helping other people set up their stores. So this is where I was like, okay, is this a pyramid scheme? Is this one of the things where, like, if I, don't get started at the right time, or I'm going to be the peon at the bottom or whatever? No, pyramid schemes are illegal. Okay. And they have to do with, people, not like products going anywhere. And Arbonne's been around a long time. So this is not a pyramid scheme. And here was my favorite thing. Jody, when she told me about Arbonne, she said, Julianne, if you do better at building your Arbonne business than I do, you'll make more money. And that was like, bingo, I'm in. Because, I don't know what happened here. Oh, hold on. My screen, it's going crazy. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I needed to know that, because I was tired of living in corporate America, where it really is the big pyramid, because someone is telling you how much your raise can be. The chances of you becoming the CEO or the president, depending on how big that company is, are pretty slim. There's just so many constraints within corporate America. There's only room for one person at the top. But in network marketing, it's totally different. And what I loved is that when I understood that my job is to help people be successful and to help people get products that they want. I thought, okay, this is awesome, because I can just be a beacon of information. I can just let people know what this is, this crazy thing called Arbonne, which has awesome products and has an amazing business attached to it. And if somebody's interested in one or both, that's fantastic. But as you help other people be successful, that's how you're successful in this business. And I have never seen anything like it. So the only reason I'm an executive national vice president is that I've helped a lot of people be successful, and people promote to even my level in this company. Okay. So this is about working smarter, not necessarily harder. And I will say this, I don't mind working hard, and I do work hard in my Arbonne business, but I have always worked it part-time. This is a part-time thing. You can make it full-time if you want to, but for me, it's always been a part-time. I have 3 kids now. I've been doing this for 11 years. I work it into the nooks and crannies of my day. And it's as long as I have my cell phone. It used to be I needed my laptop too, but pretty much we can do everything off our cell phones now. I can do my Arbonne business while I'm out and about. And here's what was unbelievable to me is that I started realizing the power of leverage, because when you have someone else that you're helping on, set up their franchise, and let's say it's you and you have 4 other people that are working, and all 5 of you are working 10 hours a week. Well, I benefit as if I'm working 50 hours, but I'm only working 10. Now, what I really needed to understand was, does that mean that I'm taking profit away from those people on my team? No. I don't take my compensation doesn't take anything away from anyone on my team. But I do get compensated a bit for their sales. And like this diagram shows, this is like a spider web where the further out it goes, the less you would get paid on it. But I will tell you, it is extremely lucrative, and I'll go over the numbers. And it makes sense. It's fair. It's equitable. And it doesn't matter where you are in the spider web. It matters what you do with it. And that was huge for me, because when Jody said that I could make more money than her, even though I was connected to her, I was like, this is awesome, because this is like a lottery ticket. Doing this business is like being handed a lottery ticket, and you get to decide how much you want to cash it in for. Okay, so to give you an example, to leverage your time, this is my friend Debbie. She's an executive national vice president. She's amazing and awesome. She was a former tax accountant for the Hall family here in Kansas City. And so it starts with Debbie. And let's say Debbie has 4, 3 gals and this couple that they also want to have their own franchise, and she's teaching and training them. Okay. And then they each have 4 people that they find over time that want to have their own franchise. You have a team of 21 people here. And let's just say everyone's working 10 hours a week. Your earning power is as if you're working 210 hours, but you're only working 10. Okay? It's pretty mind-blowing, but this is how leverage can be so powerful, and why, if you're willing to work hard, not always, but in the nooks and crannies, and be focused with your time, what can be created. Okay, so let's talk about the compensation, because I needed to know, what are we talking about here? Because I think that people make a few $100s. So district managers, the first bump in commission, and they, on average, it's like $283 a month. So it's anywhere from 0 if you sell no products, okay, to up to about $1,000. And you know what? That makes a difference for a lot of people. Most people tell me that even if they had an extra $300 to $400, that would make them feel like it was worth spending 10 hours a week on. So district manager is great. And on my team, we teach people to get there really quickly within the first few months of getting their business started. Area manager is the next bump in commission. Area managers make anywhere from $1,000 up to about $4,000 a month. This was key for me because there was a comma. Because to me, that was real money. That was car payments, or goes to paying down loans, or, that's a lot more substantial. So area manager is a wonderful place, but it's not a stopping point. Because definitely at area manager, you have franchised yourself a little bit. You have a few other people. Regional vice presidents make anywhere from $4,000 up to about $12,000 a month. And this is where the company does give you a cash stipend of $800 for a white Mercedes. That's the company car. Yes, it does have to be a Mercedes. It does have to be white. I was excited. It was great. It was a huge upgrade. And this is typically that place where a lot of people, if they're in corporate America, are able to take a step back. And that's how it was for me. I promoted to this level really quickly. It was 7 months after starting my Arbonne business. I will tell you that is fast, but I also will tell you it is by far not the fastest. And it's been done so many times after me. This really is about you and who you are and if you want to take this by storm or not. I did. I wanted out. Like once I saw it and really thought about it and started dreaming about what it would be like to not have vacation days, I could not wait to get out of my situation. So national vice president, that's the top level of commission payout in Arbonne. It's anywhere from $15,000 a month up to the sky's the limit. There's no cap on what Arbonne pays out. That is also huge because so many different situations, there's an ending point. There's a cap, there's a lid. And that isn't the case with this. The average is around $21,000 a month, as you can see on the slide. My jaw dropped at that because I thought, I'm sorry, this is skincare and nutrition products. And like, you're telling me that people work part-time and they make this much money? Yeah, it's true. But here's the thing. The thing that you need to know, and that I tell everyone, and because you're not dumb, and I know I wasn't, you work for this. This isn't I sign up as an Arbonne consultant and somehow magically, like everyone starts coming and asking me for products and I just become really successful and a white Mercedes rolls up. No, you work. This is totally like a workout program. Okay. So the money is real and it is there, but you actually have to go to the gym. Okay. And the hardest thing about a business like this is that this is always an add-in. So it's not the focal point of your life typically. And so it's really easy to do it and really easy not to do it, just like it is with working out. And so you just have to make that decision over and over and over again that you're going to work it versus not. Okay. And everyone's journey is different. Everyone. So I got there in 7 months. There's some people that it takes them 6 years. National vice president, it was a total of 20 months from when I started, just to be clear, because I didn't want you to think I got to national vice president in 7 months, but still pretty fast. And this is it's different for everyone. But here's the cool thing. It's kind of up to you, as well as we have an unbelievable company and support system for helping people be successful. This is not something where you sign up and you're like, oh, I think I might sell these products. And then you're like, okay, now what do I do? And nobody tells you. No, this is something where we take you alongside under our wing because we want you to be successful. It helps me for people to be successful. I don't want anyone to start this business and not go anywhere. Like that doesn't do me any good. I mean, maybe like a little bit of sales, like just momentarily. I want people who get something out of this. And so we really teach and train. The fourth thing is the fact that this is a global opportunity. You guys, we are in Canada, the United States, obviously, the UK, we are in Australia, we are opening New Zealand next month. It's so exciting. New Zealand and Poland, we opened this past year, and we're going into Taiwan later on this year. I mean, are you kidding? It's super crazy because if you look at this slide and you look at the parts that are green, we are not even in the areas of the world where so many of network marketing companies make the majority of their money. And what's super cool about Arbonne is they let any person, whether you're in the UK, US, or whatever, you can sign You can start someone in their Arbonne business over in Poland. Like, I can do that. Now, I don't know anyone in Poland yet, but I've actually met people who know people in Poland, and that's how it happens. That's how I have people in Australia. It is literally a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, and someone wanted to have her own Arbonne store. Okay? It's crazy. So you might be thinking, well, that doesn't really matter because I only know people in my town. You know way more people than you think you do, and those people know a ton of people. So the sky's really the limit. So the final thing that I just want to leave you with is kind of like, where do you see yourself? I want you to feel like you can investigate this. I don't want you to walk away from tonight and think, okay, now I know all about Arbonne and I don't need to know anything else. You don't. If I told you all about Arbonne, we'd be here all night. But I want you to really think about, first of all, the products that you're using. Do you know they're fantastic? Do you know the ingredient policy? Do you know that they're good for you? And are you getting amazing results? Oh, and can you get a little bit of a discount every single time you buy, no matter how much? You should really take a look at our products because they are phenomenal. And I know that's part of the reason why we're so special, is because the majority of people who try our products absolutely love them. But the other thing is, maybe this is getting your mind whirling, but you're doing the ping pong in your head where you're like, well, this sounds really cool. Oh, I couldn't do that. I can't do sales, or I don't think I know enough people, or I have no time. Here's the thing. Nobody has time. The problem with time is that now we're living in a day and age where we all jam pack our schedules. Okay. The problem is that most of it, for most people, it's been put on you. You don't have control over a lot of it. Whereas for me, because I'm a business owner and I set my hours, I get to choose a lot. I have the freedom to choose a lot. And so I'm super busy. Don't get me wrong. I have 3 kids and a husband who owns a business, and we're busy, but I also get to manage my time. And what's the price tag for that for you? Because I'm pretty certain that almost everyone out there, you have wasted pockets of time throughout your day that if you were to spend on something like this, it could be the difference maker for you. It could be not having to go back to work, or getting out of a job that you can't stand, or just having more freedom and not counting vacation days, or having that little bit extra, taking the vacations that you've always dreamed of, being able to give in ways that you didn't think that were possible. There are so many reasons why people do this business. There are a lot of people that are like, I like my job. I'm not planning on leaving it. That's fine. You don't have to leave your job. I wanted to once I started becoming real with myself. But there's so much that this has to offer. And my final thing is this. Arbonne just launched their biggest breakthrough product since 13 years ago when they came out with our anti-aging line, the orange products in the center of the screen. That's what most people know us for. They're like, is that the orange bottles? Yes. The RE9. They just launched their brand new product. It's a skincare tool. It's ultrasound. It is literally leading edge technology. What is crazy cool is Dr. Oz just posted this whole thing about how ultrasound treatments is the next new wave in, and taking, what do I want to say? Sorry, I'm like a loss for words. Taking it by storm in the instead of plastic surgery. Sorry. Like, instead of doing plastic surgery, that this is going to be like the new big thing because of the dramatic effects. And Arbonne has started pre-selling this tool. They just started a week and a half ago, and it comes out, like, it will start mailing out in June, but they're doing pre-sales totally like the Apple iPhone. Do you remember the iPhone and the iPad and and the Apple Watch? Like, all of these things where you're like, I think I want it, but I don't really know what it does. Yeah, that's this. Okay. And why I'm talking about this is I came in on the scene in Arbonne in 2005. They launched RE9 in 2003. In 2005, there was still this craziness of people being like, oh my gosh, having results, loving the product, whatever. We still have that, but people know that we have anti-aging. And obviously there are other things that have come to the marketplace. And people love our RE9 and we're on the second version, but this is literally like that. And the amount of promotions, the things that happened after the RE9, that's what's going to happen with this Genius Ultra is what it's called. The Arbonne Intelligence Genius Ultra skincare tool. And you're like, I promise you, you're going to know about it. So here's the thing. You can either decide to be a client of it, or you could decide to maybe be a part of it and make an income out of it. You get to choose. This is not a fit for everyone. I totally get it. But I've never been so excited in the 11 years that I've been with this company. And they have absolutely knocked it out of the park this time. So I have been calling up people being like, okay, if there is ever a time that you would do this business, it's right now. Right now. Don't even think about it. Just go, because it's going to be great. So you can think about it. We'll let you think about it. Your friend will let you think about it. But I so appreciate you being on this call tonight with me. I know it means a lot. I know there was a lot of information. I'm sure maybe that you have some questions, but really think about where you see yourself. What do you want out of life? I think that life is too short to let it just pass us by. And I think most of us want to feel like we're doing something of purpose. And on a daily basis, most of us don't feel that we're doing that. And even those of us who do feel like we're doing something of purpose, so many of those people are doing it at the expense of their own life and their own loved ones. Like my dad, who was a physician, who was a really great physician, but I didn't see him a whole lot when I was growing up. And so this is a way for you to have your cake and eat it too. It is a way that you can make a difference in people's lives. And you're thinking, what? It's skincare and nutrition products. These products change people. They make a huge difference. And this business absolutely changes lives. I do not know where I would be without this business. I do not. But I will tell you, I am so thankful that I took the leap of faith and I decided to go ahead and go for it, because it has been the best, most amazing, most rewarding ride, other than having my 3 kids and marrying my husband, that I could ever have imagined. So thank you so much. And I'm going to, hold on just a sec. How do I get out of this? Oh, there we go. Stop the share. That's it. Thank you so much.